Are you looking to create a website in 2022 that's completely free? This video is going to take you through the whole process of making a completely free website with video, with pictures, with a contact page. And I'm also going to show you some great design issues and finally show you how to publish your website on the internet. My name's Russell Stannard from teachertrainingvideos.com, and what I've also done is added a menu system below in the description, so if you want to click to jump to a certain part, you can. Really hope you like the video, and as always, if you do, please like it, please share it, and of course please comment on it. What do you think of using Google Sites as a way of creating a website? Let's get started. So the plan is to build a website like this with a nice picture at the top, with a banner, with some text, where we've got different pages with content on it. We've got drop-down menus, so we can go to certain pages of the drop-down menu with different images and video content, and even to have a contact page so that people can actually contact us. Just leave their name, email address, and put in their inquiry. So this is really what we're going to try to do. So you will need to be logged into Google, and what you want to do is go to your Google Drive. So click on your apps and go to Google Drive. Google provides something called Google Sites. Google Sites is for making websites, and it can do literally everything that I just showed you in the example one. So I'm going to click on New, and then I'm going to come down to More. And what we're looking for here is Google Sites. And the first thing we're going to do is create an opening page and give ourselves a title to our page. So there's firstly two really important things you need to do. First of all, think of a title for your website, whether it's for your company or for a charity or for your school or your organization. I'm just going to use it as a website about myself, so I'm just going to call it Russell Stannard, like a profile website. And then you want to click here on title, and I'm going to just put the same title in, Russell Stannard, and I'll put website. And that is simply so that I can find my file. So for example, let's say that you start working on it today and then tomorrow you come to Google Drive and you need to find it again. You know what to look for, Russell Stannard website, and I'll show you that a bit later. So now let's add some text and some pictures to the site. So let's add some text. So I'm just going to come down to this area here. I'm going to double click with my mouse and I'm going to choose text. And I literally just want to start writing my text here. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to write about Russell, for example, just as a title. So I'm just going to put that in, and then underneath I'm going to write the text. And what I'll do for this is I'm going to put it, just select that bit there and make that a heading. So I'm going to put that as a subheading. Then I'm going to come down to here, but the text underneath I'm just going to put as normal text. Now I won't do the video while I'm writing in the text. I'm just going to add in the text and we'll come back to the video. So I've put some text in here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this text. By just doing this, is really nice. It's so easy to use. Just push that text over. I'm going to add a picture here. So I'm going to double click again. This time I'm going to choose the option to upload. So if I'm going to upload from my computer. So I'm going to click on upload here. That's going to open up my computer. I'm going to go to my pictures, and hopefully I've got here a couple of pictures that I can use. If I look under Russell, for example, I'll put this one in here, click on open, and that picture is now added to the text. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to add some make some of the links here clickable. So perhaps we want to add this as a clickable link. So we're going to look at how you do that next. So let's add a few clickable links. So what you need to do is simply to select the area that you want to make clickable, click on link, and what you do need to do when you do that is to add the link in. Now I'm just going to copy here the link that I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one here, copy that, and then come back to the page and just make sure, in fact it's already picked it up because it's actually the title, but just to show you, just to make it absolutely clear, just paste the link in and then click on apply, and that now becomes clickable. I'll do that one more time. So let's say for example, click on this one here, Nile, and again I need to get the actual link first to the organization. So I jump over to their website, copy the link to their website, then come back to the page where I've selected the word Nile, click on link, and again just add the text in and click on apply. It's always best to copy the link directly from the website so you get the exact correct address. Now if I want to test if this is working, I can just come over to here, click on preview, and now in the preview I can just click and just see if it opens up another page, and it does perfectly. So that's working really well. Okay, so I can just simply click on it. Let's just try the other one. So we had the word Nile, so let's click on that. And again, it opens up another web page and it takes me to the Nile page. So now I've added some links, I've added a picture, and I've added some text. Let's carry on. So I want to come out of the preview and go back to editing. So I click here, it brings me back into the main page. And what we're going to do is we're going to add another page. And to do that, I'm going to click here, page, and simply add another page. And this page, we're going to call it video. And while we're here as well, so we click on done and add that page. And while we're here, we're also going to click and add another page. So we're just going to click on plus, and we're going to call this page contact page, because we're also going to have a contact page. And then we might have another page. In my case, we're going to just put page, we're going to call this previous presentation. So let's imagine, for example, that I want to give a list of some of the places where I've presented in the past. Okay, so I've now created all those pages, and notice as I created those pages, they actually added up here. So now I've got a video page, I've got a contacts page, I've got a previous presentations page, and I've got a home page. But the only page with content on it, of course, at the moment is the home page. Just to mention, Google Sites can be used for lots of things, not just for creating a website. I use them a lot for e-portfolios. That is, my students are doing activities with me in the class, digital activities, and they add them into their e-portfolio and build up a collection of all the different activities that they've done with me. If you want to learn more about e-portfolios, click on the link that I'm putting on the screen now. Otherwise, we're going to continue now and start to look at other areas of creating a website. Okay, so we've looked at the basics. Now let's look at a few more interesting things, and let's start by looking at how we can add video into our website. So how can we add video into our website? Well, we're going to click on the video page. This is really easy to do. And then what we're going to do with the video page selected is click on insert, and if we come down here, you'll notice that one of the buttons says YouTube. So we're going to take a video from YouTube, and we can actually just search for the videos. Now I'm going to write Russell Stannard, and hopefully a video that I've been involved in, perhaps some sort of presentation, will come up on the screen. Let's just have a quick scroll down here and see if I can find something useful, perhaps where I've been presented. Okay, so I've got a few here. So let's do perhaps this one here. I'm just going to click on this. Now we'll use this video here. We've got this video here. Click on it, select it, and then click on insert. And that video is immediately added into the screen. Now, interestingly, just like the option before, we can resize that. So, for example, if we want to kind of move that video and make it a little bit bigger on the screen, we can do. We can drag it down as well. The other thing that you might want to do is to add a little title to the side, so you could make it a little bit smaller and then click here and then add some text on the side if you wanted to. I needed to make it a little bit smaller to do that. Actually, the text appeared at the bottom there. I don't want the text at the bottom, so let me just click on that and delete that. I want the text here on the side. Maybe it's not possible to add text to the side. Yes, it is, yes. Okay, so lovely. Right, so YouTube video, and then I might put something like, here I am answering questions about technology. Okay, so I've just added a little YouTube video. Really easy to do that. Now you could add another video underneath. You can always click again here, and then again go to insert and then add a second video. So again, click on here. Let's perhaps just add one more. And I'll show you a nice little trick as well while we're doing that. Again, do a search for the video that you're looking for. Simply click on that video. So for example, I'm going to use this one here. Click on insert or select. We now got two videos. I'm going to bring that video out so it's the same size as the other one. And again, I might want to make it a little bit wider. And again, I might then click on the right hand side here, double click and just add a little bit of text. And perhaps I'm going to call this video 2. And then again here, I'm going to write presenting in India. I think that was a presentation I was given in India, and then again I can just select that as the title, etc. So really easy to add video from YouTube directly into your website. And a nice little trick that you can do if you want as well is if you perhaps click on the first video, you come down here and click on the divider. You can add these little dividers, and I'm going to click on it twice actually. So I've got these two little dividers that are now going to divide the first video and the second video, and that just makes it all look a little bit tidier. Remember, anytime you want to check your work, you just click here on preview and you can see exactly what that's going to look like. Now, when you click on preview, you should be able to click and play the videos. Okay, so there's the first one and there is the second one, and there's those little dividers between the two videos. One of the most important things is that we're going to want a contact page so that people can contact us through the website, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. I'm going to show you the simplest and the quickest way to make a contacts page. We're going to use a Google form. Google Forms work perfectly with Google Sites. The two embed, and it's very simple then for people to add in their names, put in their email addresses and send you a message. If we click over to my contact me page, in fact let's look at it in preview mode so we can see it even better. So if we come over here and then we click on contact page, we scroll down and we can see that we simply need to put in our email address, our name, and then we leave our message here and then we submit, and I'll show you in a minute where all that information comes to. So first of all, let's just quickly look at how I did this. So you can create a Google form from your Google Drive, and the great thing is that it will directly link to your Google Sites, and I'll show you how to do that. So just come over to your Google Drive, and what you want to do is click on New, and then you want to come down to Google Forms. And then when you click on Google Forms, the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you give it a title. So I'm going to call this one Contact Russell Page. Okay, and then I can click here and it will actually grab that as the name. So that's the name of the file as well. Now all we need to do now is to obviously collect the students or whoever's contacting us, collect their name, their email address, and of course give them space to write their message. So I'm going to show you now how to do that. Now Google Forms can actually automatically collect email addresses for you. If you just simply go to the settings, come down to form defaults and just make sure that that is set on. Okay, that will actually mean, if we come back to the questions now, that we actually already are having an area where we want or where an area has been set out where the student or the people will need to add in their email address. Now we need obviously to get their names as well, so the best thing then is to click down to here, and afterwards we'll put a description in here, and we're going to change this question to short answer, and we're just going to ask people to please write there, please write your name and surname. So now we've got an area for the same name and surname. Make sure that's a required question. So we've got the email address, the name and the surname, and we want one more now. So we click here. That's how you add an object, and you can choose the object you want to add. And in this case, we want to have a paragraph so people can leave their message. And we're just going to write here, please leave your message below. And again, make sure that's required. Now it's a good idea to put in a form description. So please add your, let me just turn the video off for a quick second. So I just simply added a message here. Please add your email address, name and message. We will endeavor to reply within 24 hours. Put a full stop at the end of that. That is now finished. Now, if we come back to our website, all we need to do is obviously add a contacts page. So make sure that you've created a contact me page. I've already got my one created here. Click on your contact me page and then click over to insert. Remember I said to you that your Google Forms and your Google Sites are all connected together. In fact, everything in your Google Drive is available to you. And if we go to insert and scroll down, you'll see that there is one called Forms, and it will show you every single form that you have created on your drive or that you've shared or has been shared with you. So you've got access to everything. I can see it here. I simply click on it and click on insert, and now that will be added in. Now what I can do with this as well is simply drag that out to make it the full size of the page. And we now have a contacts page. Now what I want to do now is very quickly show you what happens if you fill it in. Where do you get the information? So if people send you messages, how are you going to check them? And that's the one thing that's different. It's not going to come into your email. You could write a little bit of code that would allow it to become an email, but really what I'm going to do is just show you a very simple way of actually checking any messages that have been sent to you. So the best way for me to do this is actually to go to preview, because we're on the contacts page, and actually fill it in. So I'm going to put my email address in here, and I'll just quickly use one of my email addresses. We'll use this one here. In fact, let's try another one. Let's just write in an email address. So I've written in an email address. I'm going to write in my name. And then below here, I'm going to just put my message. Hello, I hope this system is working and that you can read my message. So I've just now quickly filled in my email address, my name, and I've written a message. I'm now going to submit that message. I better get the spelling right there. I've got one word. So I click on this button here to submit it. It confirms to me that the message has been sent. Now, where do I find that message? So if you go over to your Google Drive and you go to that contact page that you've created, you'll see that it shows you how many responses there's been. I can click on the responses. So you click on the responses and then go to individual, because then you'll see that you can see at the moment we've only had one message, but if there was more, we could click through here and we can see the email address, the person that wrote the message, and read their message here below. And it makes it very, very easy to collect information from the users of our website. Just before I move on, I just want to make the point. Google Forms can be used to make quizzes, to make surveys, to make questionnaires, to get feedback from your customers or from your students. So if you want to learn more about some of the things you can do with Google Forms, then I'm going to put a link on the screen now that takes you through a video that goes through Google Forms in detail and shows you some of these other things. If you want to carry on, we're going to now learn more about creating our website, and I'm going to show you some of the really interesting features that we've got available to us in Google Sites. There are loads of things you can do to make your website look more professional. There's lots of options with themes and design and the way that we can organize the pages, including some templates that we can make use of. So I'm going to focus now on good web design and making our site look really professional. Just a super quick break from the video. If you are enjoying the video, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos, and you can see all the different menu items there at the top of the screen, or scroll down and look at all the videos that are on the front page. There's also information about my courses, but perhaps the most interesting thing is to sign up to the newsletter. We have about 10,000 members. And one thing at the moment, if you sign up to the newsletter, which I send to you every week with the latest videos, blog posts, online courses and webinars, but there's also a 12-part free video series where I send you a video once every 5 days about a specific area of working with technology in education. So that's a free if you want it. Let's get back now to the video. So let's start by just changing the header here at the top. So this header section can easily be changed just by clicking here. In fact, we've got header type, and the header type that we normally want to use is simply banner. And then if we just come back, we want to change the image. Now, we can either upload an image or we can select an image provided to us by the system. And in fact, there are quite a lot of images that we can make use of. And let's just have a quick look at one of these as an example. So for example, if I just come down here and scroll down, and perhaps we'll use this image here. So I click on it, click on select, and that immediately updates the image on the first page of the website. Now you can do that with all the pages, so I could come over to the video page, do exactly the same. I can click on change image, and I could actually upload an image that I've got myself. I generally use the images that are provided. Let's say I want to, for example, click on this one and I select that, and so now we've got an image on this page. So immediately we can make the website look a little bit more professional by changing, or by at least updating, the images. Now, another really nice effect that we can make use of is, and in fact what I'll do is I'll create a new page. So I'm going to come over and just add a new page, and we're going to call this gallery. I'm going to click on done. The interesting thing about the gallery is if we come over to here to insert, while we've got this page selected, you'll notice here that we've got these kind of layouts that are available to us, and there are lots of them, sometimes with one picture and some text, sometimes with two pictures. This one's got 3 pictures. So I'm going to choose this one as a simple example. And the nice thing about these is that they're kind of set so that if you bring in pictures, it will reset the picture so that they're all the perfect size. So just an example to give you a clue, I'm going to click on plus. And I've got the option here, I'm going to upload a picture or select an image. Now, if you've been uploading pictures into your website, you'll notice that all of those images are saved in your Google Drive, so you can access the pictures again. So you don't always have to upload pictures from your computer. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm just going to add that picture there, click on insert, and then the picture update. I'll do one more, so I'm going to click here again. I'm going to again select an image rather than take an image from my computer, but I have that choice, and I'll do that for the last one. And then let's just grab another picture and add it in. So let's say, for example, I want to add in this picture here. So I put that picture in, and again insert. So now I've got 2 pictures, and if I click here again and just do it for the last one, but this time I'm going to upload a picture. So I click on upload, and it's obviously going to connect to my computer, and then I just need to grab a picture from my computer. I'm going to use that one. Now the nice thing here is that by using these special kind of layouts that are available to us, the pictures are all, as you can see, lovely and equal. And the same with the text. We can click here and put something like, I'm going to put here receiving an award, and this one here, I think this was in Russia, and this one here, I think this one was when I was doing a presentation in India. So I can just add this in, but notice that I haven't got to kind of do the text or anything. Everything's sort of done for me. Okay, and the same if I wanted to put a little description of the text underneath, I can just click here and write it in. So these pages, it's in insert, actually it's in the insert section. These layouts that are available are really nice because they help us to kind of make our pages look nice and equal and nicely organized. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is one of the most interesting features about the way that Google Sites works. Google Sites is connected to your Google Drive, so anything that is in your Google Drive can be added in to your Google site, to the website that you're producing. Now let me show you this because it's very powerful, and we're going to start by looking at an example with Google Slides. So I'm going to click on Pages just to make this really clear. I'm going to add a page, and we're going to call it Google Slides. And then all we need to do is click on Done. We've got that page open. Come over to Insert, scroll down and look for Slides. And what that's going to do is open every Google slide that has been shared with you or that you have created that are in your Google Drive. So now, if I, for example, wanted to click on this one here and then just insert, that will insert into the page that Google slide. Okay, and I can pull it out, make it bigger as you can with all the other things. Okay, I could of course do what I just did before and leave a little note on the side. And interestingly, if I now jumped over to preview, I could even actually see that Google slide, and it will actually work, and I can even click through the pages. Now, if you want to learn more about Google Slides, I'm adding a link on the screen now to take you into more detail about how Google Slides works. But what I'm going to do now is show you the same thing, but with Google Docs, because the same process will also work with Google Docs. So exactly the same thing can happen if we work with Google Docs. So if you've created a Google Doc, even if you've created it in collaboration with other people, it will still be available for you to add into your website if you want to. So click on, I'm going to write Google document, click on done, so it's created a new page. I come over to insert. In exactly the same way that I looked for Google Slides, I'm going to go for this time Google Docs. It's going to show me every single Google Doc that I've ever worked on or has been shared with me, and I can take that Google Doc, click on it and insert it straight into my website in exactly the same way. And again, if we preview, we can actually see the Google Doc as well, but just by clicking here and seeing what it looks like. So this is a really powerful way if you've got documents or presentations or Google Jamboards that you want to add into your website, then you can do it so quickly by just using that insert button that connects to everything that's inside your Google Drive. If you want to learn more about how Google Docs works, there is a link on the screen now that you can click on, and we're going to move on now and look at some other things that you can do to make your website look more interesting and add more features into it. Now, another interesting option that we've got is themes. So if we come over here and click on themes, you'll notice that there are a few set themes that we can use, and these will instantly change the text, the colors, etc. A couple that I really like are this one here, level. So if I click on that, and that updates everything, and all the pages now are going to kind of be slightly different due to the fact that we've chosen that particular theme. And notice also that we can change the color, so we can also choose a particular theme, and then we've got some color options and some font options if we want as well. If I changed over, for example, to Diplomat, you'll see again it updates the font, it changes the fonts, it changes the overall look, and again I've got some options in terms of the color schemes that I want to work with. So the themes is another aspect, another way of us making our website look more professional. Now we can also have drop-down menus, and I'm going to come over to my pages and show you how to do this, but also there's a really important tip to remember if you're going to do this. So at the moment, each page is simply, we just click on the pages and it takes us to that particular page. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some pages, and I'm going to call this first one video 1, and then I'm going to call this second one video 2. You can do this actually 2 ways, and I'll show you another way afterwards. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move those underneath the video section, so they become sub-menu items of that. So I've got the video section here. I'm going to drag that video 1 and drop it into video, and it now becomes a subsection. I'm going to do the same with this one. Drag that on and drop it into video, and it will now become a subsection. Now what I'm actually going to do is move, it doesn't matter actually, video 1, video 2. So now we've got a subsection here, okay, or sub-menu item. So we've got video is the main area, okay, and then underneath we've got video 1, and then we've also got video 2. Now I'm going to do that another way now. I'm just going to come back over to the pages. We can also just click here and click on add subpage, and I'm going to add another subpage, and I'm going to call this video 3. So you can do it both ways. You can either make the pages and then move them in, or simply click and add subpages. So go to the main section, click here and add a subpage. So I'm going to perhaps put here video 4. Now this is a great way of organizing your content. However, if you do this, something really important to remember, video, the top section, now becomes a landing page, and you really don't want to have any of your videos actually on this page. You want to put your videos now here and here and here and here. Really what you want now is that this top section is simply a landing page. So the next thing you're going to do is actually click on that video and delete it. Click on that and delete it. In fact, you're going to delete everything, because really what you want to do is make this now a landing page. So I'm just getting rid of everything. So what I'm going to do here now is just have a nice picture, and maybe what I would choose is a picture of something, some sort of video. So I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to go to my images. So I'm going to go to images on my computer. I could look for an image that I've already uploaded into Google if I think that previously I've uploaded an image that I could want to make use of again. I do have that access that option. Remember, if you upload a picture and use it in your Google Sites, it will be saved from that moment on. It will be saved in your basically in your images. Okay, so for example, I could say to myself, right, I'm going to use this image here just as an example. So I could click on that and then insert that image, and that would be the image that would be on the landing page. Obviously I would make it a lot bigger. Okay, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to double click again, but this time I'm going to go to my computer. I think I've got some images of some videos or things related to video. Click on pictures, and I'm going to hopefully grab a picture. Let's have a quick look. So for example, I might use this picture here. Click on open, and that becomes the picture. Again, I'm going to make that nice and big. So what happens now is I'm going to rename this as well, video section. So the user now will come to the video section first. So they're on the home page, they come to the video section, and then they go to a specific video that they want to watch. Obviously I haven't uploaded the videos yet, but notice that this is what we call now a landing page. There isn't any content here, rather this is the landing page for that section, and then the content is below. So make sure that if you use submenus, the top level becomes a landing page and not the content. If it's just a single page, that's fine, but if you're going to have a submenu, the top level page really should be a landing page. Finally, we're going to look at publishing the website. We're going to look at a few of the options that are available to us. We can publish, but we can also make sure that we choose a URL, a unique resource locator for the website, and I'm going to take you through that process as well. Lots of people get confused about the publishing options. Let me show you the easiest thing. I'm going to click on here, publish, and immediately it's going to open up and it's going to give me the name of my website, and it's going to be to tell me that my name website is going to be http://sitesgoogle.com/view Russell Stannard website. That is actually going to be my domain, and if I publish this from now on, if I share this link, everyone who I share the link with will be able to view the page. So let's just do that first, and then we'll look at some of the other options. So I'm going to click on publish, because we can easily unpublish. So I click on publish. That website is now being published, and if I wanted to get the link to the website, I could click here and it's copy that link, and I'm actually going to open it up now, and let's have a look exactly what it looks like. So I'm just going to paste in that link. Let's look at the website and see if it actually exists on the internet, and the answer is there it is. Okay, so now the only problem is, of course, it doesn't have a particularly interesting domain, but we have now published it, and if we share this link with other people, they too will be able to access the website. So I'm going to unpublish. So I can click here on the menu and I can unpublish. So now that website is not published, and that means nobody now can find that website on the internet. Now, what about if I wanted other people to help me to edit and make this website? So in other words, I wasn't planning on doing it on my own, but getting other people to help me too. That's also another possibility. The easiest way to do that is to click here and share with other users, and there are various ways that we can do this. The easiest way is simply to write the email address of someone else that you want to work on the website with you, click on done, and then they will be sent a link. So let me just give you a demonstration of this. Now, one final thing. A lot of people ask me, can I have my own domain name? The answer is yes, you can. So obviously at the moment, the domain name is very limited, but if you click here on publish, notice this is the current domain name, okay? This one here, sitesgoogle.com view Russell Stannard. That's my domain name, and it's based on the name of the website that I've created. I could change that if I want to. So I can give it another domain name, but at the moment it's based on this here. However, I can actually create or have a different domain name, but then I have to go through the system. If I click here, I can go through a system that sets up and helps me to find a domain name. Now, I'm not going to cover that in this video, but I am going to share a link above now that if you want to learn more about that, you can click on that link and watch a video that will help you to set up your domain names when working with Google Sites. Okay, really hope you like that video. Please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com if you're looking for more free material. Loads of videos on the front page. And of course, you've got all these menu items here across the top. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. That way you get updated with all the blog posts, the online courses, the webinars, and of course, all the latest videos. You can, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, but don't forget to click on the bell if you subscribe so you get all the updates of the new videos. And finally, if you did want to contact me about doing some training with your organization, either online or in person, then you can contact me from the website. I'm going to leave some more videos on the screen now that you might find interesting and are connected to website development and the things we've talked about today. Thank you very much.